We've heard a lot about Prince Andrew, the Queen's second oldest child, and his connection to Jeff Epstein over this year, especially this week with the Prince's interview on the BBC. A lot of words have been thrown around to describe the crimes being committed, like paedophile circuit or sex ring, but we haven't heard many people discuss grooming and exploitation, or the official term, child sexual exploitation, or for short, CSE. Not many people have drawn the parallel between what the UK media calls grooming gangs and what Jeffrey Epstein did. So why should Jeffrey Epstein's crimes be called grooming and exploitation, or CSE? And what parallels can we draw between his crimes and CSE in the UK? Number 1. The victims are used to recruit new victims. Epstein manipulated his victims to recruit new girls, with some victims recounting his houses being like a swing door for victims. Commonly in grooming and exploitation, young people who have been victims for some time, maybe years in fact, will be used to recruit other vulnerable young people to be groomed. They may be blackmailed and pressured into it, or they could have just been broken down enough to do it. Epstein's victim, Virginia Roberts, expressed in the Miami Herald, "It is my biggest shame that I carry around that I will never get rid of, and I am really sad that I brought these girls into a world that they should have never been introduced into." Number 2. In some cases, victims are shared with a network of perpetrators. It has been said that Epstein had allowed his network of powerful, rich and famous contacts access to the underage girls that he groomed. This may have been in return for benefits such as money or status. In what the UK media coins as grooming gangs, victims are shared across a network of perpetrators, whether physically at parties and gatherings, or often through sharing their Snapchat username so that perpetrators can contact them directly, sext them, and organise to meet. Number 3. Victims feel trapped in their situation. Part of grooming and exploitation is that the victims feel that they are trapped and cannot escape their situation, often due to pressure and manipulation of their perpetrator, sometimes feeling that they owe something or fear harm to themselves or their family. Jeffrey's victims have said that they were scared to speak out as they were abused by very powerful, rich and famous men, including Epstein, and they felt powerless themselves. Number 4. Perpetrators aren't just pedos and weirdos on the fringes of society. A common misconception with grooming and exploitation is that perpetrators are gross old men and pedos, when actually perpetrators can be anybody. As we've said, Epstein's network that accesses victims or allegedly assisted in his crimes are powerful, famous, rich men and women that were certainly not on the fringes of society. Epstein and his network described as a cesspool of elites, including former presidents, standing presidents, actors, politicians, billionaires, scientists, and some of the most powerful people of New York who have flexed their power and contacts to groom and exploit their victims. It is difficult to comprehend how Epstein had been able to climb up the social circle, doing what he had done without being caught, and it can be scary and confusing that some people in the spotlight can get away with this for so long. For grooming and exploitation in every city, there are multiple professionals in services, local authorities and councils who work on protecting young people from this sort of thing. The process may be slow, but with awareness campaigns such as Not in Our Community and more cases being closed with the help of victims, we hope to see vulnerable young people protected from despicable individuals like Epstein.